creeps, come with us, the goblins and ghouls, as we embark on these eerie adventures together. Discover all these dark, mysterious, and uncanny experiences through the lens called the 13th Podcast.
Imagine, if you will, the clock striking midnight, the moon is full, casting eerie shadows across the land. A chill wind howls through the trees, whispering secrets from beyond. In the distance, an owl hoots its mournful cry, a reminder that the veil between our world and the supernatural is thinner than ever. On this podcast, we explore tales that will send shivers down your spine, stories that will make you question the very fabric of reality, from haunted houses to ghostly apparitions, and from unexplained disappearances to ancient curses. We bring you the most bone-chilling accounts from the realms of the paranormal. The 13th Podcast has been around for ages.
Ages? It's been around for not
For
even
1 year.
It's been around for 1 year.
1 year.
For ages. So it's
Good,
theoretically
dude.
speaking, it's been around for a bit.
The paranormal has been around for ages.
Yeah. I think it's been doing good for the most part. But I think
the paranormal is basically what this podcast has been about.
Yeah.
Spirits and apparitions, demons and
cryptics.
Well, we didn't really touch cryptids in first season.
Yeah.
So, with the second season, cryptids, I believe witchcraft, supernatural, extraterrestrial should be touched more on this season. It will be touched more on this season.
Yeah.
We took a break, for sure.
More detailed stuff is going to be coming, like your guys' way, 100%.
More facts, more stories, 100%.
Yeah. And again, this is an opinion-based podcast where these are our opinions, and they may not be true facts, but they are facts that obviously we read off the internet, but it's also facts that we hear from individuals around, the United States or the world of who we talk to. There will be times where we will have, guest appearances on our show where they're going to tell us their stories and their beliefs, not religiously. Their encounters, not religiously, but more spiritually. So the road we are about to embark on, we are going down back to the rabbit hole where we left off. And we are going to be digging deeper and deeper and get lost in the realm of the 13th Podcast. Like Andrew said, we did take a break for a bit to not only take a break from social media and the podcast itself, but we also worked on how to make the 13th Podcast better.
A lot better. More
professionalism is going to be involved in our experience. We will definitely bring you guys humor, but not stupid humor. There will be stupid humor here and there, but majority of the time, we're going to try to be as serious as we can and have fun with it, but also make sure that you guys get the stories that you deserve. So, with a recap of season 1, we did go on an adventure from hell. You all right?
Love dogs. I love dogs. Love dogs.
We went on a definitely crazy adventure with the first season where we talked.
It's a roller coaster.
We've learned. It's a learning experience.
Yeah.
Where we talked to Blood Moon Paranormal Reality TV, the Ghost Sisters. We also talked to
Australian Paranormal Society.
Paranormal Society. That was That was an interesting story, but that guy was brilliant in his own way.
That was the most factual evidence of the paranormal, I believe.
And with you guys, if you guys did stay tuned with season 1, I'm a huge skeptic when it comes to the paranormal. Andrew over there is more of a believer than I am. So the adventures that we do go on, and like I said in the first season, I wanna start believing more and more about the paranormal aspect of reality, when we don't even know if reality is even real.
There.
So, Andrew.
Yeah. So, like you said, recap from last season. There was a lot of pauses, in my opinion. Not enough facts, more humor, which humor is not a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. We're funny guys together. And it's hard to stay serious, but a lot of the topics we talked about, we didn't take as serious as we should have, in my opinion. Like we said, this is an opinion-based podcast. We're very transparent with you guys on what we do. There's not a lot of editing that goes into these, so you guys know the true us. We don't try to fake or be something that we're not. And I think a lot of people think that we're professionals. We're absolutely not. So we took the time off from season 1 to season 2 to try and figure out and lay a roadmap out for you guys that'll make the podcast itself more interesting, more factual, and there's still going to be humor, like you said. We're funny guys together. There's no way in hell that we can't be funny.
I think your dog needs to go piss, dude.
No, he wants to go eat something. The kids locked him out of their room, so he's mad about it.
I feel it.
Yeah.
So on season 2, like he said, we are going to try our best to bring you the most grimiest stories, the detailed stories, and our facts and our opinions on how we would put ourselves in this situation and how we would solve it. I'm gonna get that out of my mouth. And when it comes to the paranormal stories or the cryptic stories or extraterrestrial stories, how would Andrew and I figure it out? What adventures are we gonna go on? How would we go upon ourselves and figure out, all right, so this extraordinary event that just happened, how would we figure it out? How would we discover this situation? Would we tell the public? Would we keep it to ourselves? Or would we, make a podcast about it? So that's going to be the fun part about this new season of the 13th podcast, season 2. Season 2. So guys, a brief introduction about the 13th podcast. You know who we are if you are tuning into the second season. We are some goofy, and swear words will be exchanged.
This is not family friendly.
This is a yes, brother. This is
we're adults here.
We are adults.
There's going to be adult humor.
And then we are very immature, and it is God honest truth.
He's 45 and still does this. Is crazy.
I'm probably not. I turn 32 next week, so I'm not.
It's been a year. We've been doing this for a year.
For a solid year. The break kind of sucked, but it was also good at the same time. Yeah. But, we're back. Spooky season is upon us. And this is the best thing for spooky season. A spooky documentary, true crime, whatever you want to call this documentary. This is the 13th podcast.
Yes.
There ain't
So what can you expect from season number 2 of the 13th podcast? Not scheduled, but more of a schedule type podcast. That way we're not bringing them to you once a month, once every 2 months. We're going to try and do this every week. We haven't worked the schedule out because if there's a swing shifter. Swing shifts are fun. There will be bonus content made. Blooper reels, guests, even some investigations. That's what I'm hoping for, but that's in the works. I'm talking to a lot. We're going to dip outside of Ohio, actually. I think we stayed in Ohio most of last season. I think there's a lot more to the paranormal and uncanny adventures outside of Ohio. We touched a couple states, but
didn't really get into detail.
Just,
It wasn't good. I'm gonna be honest with you with that. We tried the Alaska thing, but Alaska is the last frontier of our nation. So Alaska is huge when it comes to not paranormal, but more cryptic and extraterrestrial. I tried so hard to rush into the Alaska part 1 and 2, and it was, I don't think a week was enough. I think it was hard to do Alaska because Alaska, that's a tough subject. But when it comes to just us in general, we're going to give you everything we fucking got.
We're going to go outside of the country, most likely.
Yeah.
Some of the time, with extraterrestrial, especially with that being one of the biggest topics in today's paranormal, I think extraterrestrial will be a big hit, and cryptids.
And I want to state something to you.
There's a lot of cryptids.
I want to state something to you guys. Paranormal is just not spirits.
Right.
Paranormal is the unknown.
Anything and everything unexplained.
Unexplained. So argue with us. Tell us that it's not.
We want feedback.
We would love your feedback. We would want what your wants are and what your won'ts are. If you don't like something that we say, let us know.
Yeah.
And we'll try our best.
Make a TikTok about it.
Make a TikTok about it.
Put our name out there more.
It would be fine. But again,
now with the live streams are going to be few and far between. They'll be
like once a month, like Q&As.
Q&As for sure.
Paranormal
if
gaming.
we do investigating. We both have our own TikToks for gaming, streaming. You guys can also find all links to support us with everything that we're doing, because not only have we been working on the 13th podcast, we're working on stuff outside of that. Like, we're branching off into other means of information, other hobbies. That's what we should say.
Yeah, I would definitely say that.
Right. So you guys can check those out downstairs in the comments. Definitely downstairs in the comments. It'll be in the description. Downstairs in the comments, dude. I'll have my link tree along with Arthur / aka Mortis link tree in there. Downstairs in the comments, just so you know. The dog is whining, just so you guys know. I'm not a bad owner. He's just my wife's asleep and didn't want him out there no more. So I'll take him out as soon as we're done here, so you guys know. Anyway, yeah, so we plan on bringing you guys more fun, more adventure, more detail, more history. I don't think we did a lot of history. We're going to get into some shit. I mean, like, with paranormal wise, we're definitely going to get into conspiracy theories with Ed and Lorraine Warren. The history of paranormal and why it is and not believed in. And honestly, I think one of the next things that we said we wasn't going to get into, and this is going to be a shocker to Arthur, is religion. We're going to upset some people, and we don't mean to. It's just our beliefs.
Ask me a question.
We're allowed to have opinions.
Let's just throw it out there. Ask me the question. Because I bet
I was about to ask you, bro.
I bet people are like, man, this person's this person. Like, ask me that question.
I mean, yeah, a lot of people are going to think we're Satanists, atheists. I believe in a higher power. I just don't know what to believe from somebody else's mouth that wasn't alive back then.
And this is my proposal or my projection or my opinion on how I see things about the Bible. The Bible is a book where a lot of people obey their whole entire life, which I highly respect. You know, it's someone's safety blanket, it's someone's life, it's someone's journey. So I think the way the Bible is, if in 500 years from now, if someone finds a book called Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, they open that book and they read it. They're gonna be like, holy shit, 500 years ago, we had fucking wizards and dragons and wands. I'm going to start talking about that book. And I'm going to start believing them. Oh shit, there's more books. This is just theoretically speaking. So, but the Bible itself, for my opinion, nobody else is. And if I offend anybody, I'm sorry, but that's just my opinion. I don't judge the book of, basic instructions before leaving Earth, the Bible. If the Bible tells you to do one thing, but tells you to do another thing, but then tells you to do that thing, it doesn't really make sense. You're contradicting yourself. So the Bible itself is yours. If you want to make the Bible yours, go make it be yours. For me,
we don't judge you.
And we don't judge you. That is it. If you want to believe in God, believe in God. I believe in God, but like he said, I believe that there's a higher power, but I believe in God in my own way.
Yeah.
When it comes to, the faith and all that other stuff, I think that just in general, life is what you make it. Period.
You want to start an argument? The first introduction to season 2?
Let's go.
Going to church does not make you a Christian.
No. If you can cuss on Monday and go pray on Sundays, you're a fucking piece of shit. I shouldn't have said that.
That's far, dude. But that's what we do here. Right? We're not here. I mean, religion is something that is going to be very hard to talk about, but there's a lot of history behind religion and paranormal Catholicism.
Huge amounts. And I take
the
that back.
bad word, Scientology. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. The conspiracy theories behind Scientology is insane, and he does not want to talk about it. We're talking about it.
Science is more proven than a Bible. And that's a proven fact. And that's a proven fact. Science is more believable than religion. Sucks to say it, but that's just how us think. When I say us, I mean him and I. Again, we are not biased about religion, or we're not atheist or anything, or we don't do no satanic work. We don't fuck with Ouija boards because we're not stupid. I would fuck with a Ouija board 100% just to see if this shit's real. This past week I've been diving deep into a podcast called The Exorcist Files, where it's very biblical. And there's a priest on there that tells his stories about exorcisms and stuff. And he dives deep into these stories. Very, very detailed in 3D audio. Such a great fucking podcast. So great. Very entertaining. And it's just to think that stuff like that exists makes him and I more interested into doing our podcast. To give out these stories about, exorcisms or people sacrificing animals for the devil or some type of religion or whatever. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about those dark details, those gruesome details about why these people go upon doing these awful things or great things just for their god or devil. Why? That's the question that everybody keeps asking, is why? When we do the 13th podcast, a lot of these paranormal investigators, they always search for the same fucking story. The same story. It doesn't matter what shirt you got on, what size pants you got on. They're always searching for the same story. Why? Well, here's the reason why. Nobody fucking cares. Nobody cares. They don't. And you know that. They
don't care about what? The story of paranormal?
They don't know. They don't care about.
Or they don't care about the investigation.
They don't
itself.
know. They don't care about the story.
Oh no.
They don't care. They want to see
they
some
care
shit.
for clicks and views.
They want to see that shit. We're not looking for the stories. We're searching for the reason why. Always the reason why. Fuck the stories. The background stories, cool. Awesome. This person got murdered by this person. That person got murdered by that person. Where's the fucking evidence? Where's the ghost? That's why I'm a skeptic. That's why I'm always constantly fucking asking, you gotta be shitting. You gotta be kidding me. You know? Just stuff like that. It's gonna be a wild adventure on this season.
Yeah, that's his take on it.
Exactly. That's my take. That's my opinion.
I care about the story. I like the stories behind the evidence. I just don't like the way people try and go against, try to go for the evidence. I don't like these YouTubers saying that a demon scratched them because they hit a nail in a rusted, abandoned factory. If you guys look back on season 1, can't tell you the episode, but with Paranormal Australian Society and with JV and them.
Paranormal reality TV.
Paranormal reality TV. They both had said it is very, 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 very rare for anybody to get into contact with a demon. If you go to every single one of these YouTubers, every single one of their videos, or 89, 90% of their videos is, a demon kept me out of this house. A demon scratched my neck. Why don't the demons come to my house?
Shit. Bullshit. But I may not be.
Would you stay there if it was an actual demon? No.
And that's where I become more of a skeptic and stuff. We went on an investigation with Mandy Mesker from the Ghost Sisters to Marion, Ohio, to Old Whitey's Tavern and Bar. Wouldn't say it was a mistake. It was definitely a learning curve.
It was an experience.
It was definitely a great experience for, bonding between Andrew and I, meeting a person that is 100 beliefs about the paranormal. Mandy is a sweetheart. She's super nice. She respected us. We respected her. She came to us with open arms, and that's what made us like more interested into the Ghost Sisters and stuff.
Yeah.
But the problem was when we did go on this investigation, we ran into a few problems. We ran into where we were, people were living in the location where we were at. We didn't know that. Second of all, those people were there. Third of all, those people were fucking with us. So that fucked up everything.
It definitely ruined the mood for me.
It ruined the mood. It wasn't really that fun towards the end because it was just like, okay, I don't know if I heard something or I seen something, but it's just that point where it's like, okay, that's a learning curve. That's where it's like, okay, well, next time when we go on an investigation, we got to make sure what we need to hear for and what to look for if there are people in the location. But the place itself, it wasn't really the biggest. It was a 3-story, but technically 4 since they had an old cellar and stuff. But it was definitely the way I look at the paranormal. A lot of people see an old house, they automatically think that it is haunted. Just because it's old doesn't mean it's haunted. It may hold a lot of memories and a lot of stories, but it's not haunted. There's got to be a reason why it's haunted. Like, is it haunted because someone got murdered here? Or is it haunted because, people decided to do rituals or sacrificing or, writing, symbols on the wall or just stuff like that? Is that the reason why it's haunted? The answer is we don't know. So, again, on the 13th podcast, guys, we're gonna dive deep into this season. We're going to dive deep where we can try to convince Andrew that, aliens are real. We can try to convince that, little old Arthur over here is trying to make sure that Andrew makes me think that, ghosts are real. Towards the end of our season stuff, I was fucking I was getting up there. But for some reason, I just took a step back. No. I'm back to where I was at. I'm like 50-50. But we'll see. I got an itchy in my ear. But yeah, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for this. I'm really excited that we decided to jump right back into this. And hopefully we get to step higher than what we were. Where we can bring you guys the ultimate story of the reason why.
Yeah. There's like I said, there's to talk about the paranormal would be endless. We'd never run out of content, but it's giving you the right stories, the most interesting facts, and telling the stories from your viewpoint, from the viewer's perspective, from anything that you guys have witnessed or experienced. I know just from the gaming streams that I've got people in there that want to tell me their stories, and I'm like, okay, here we go. So we'll have even if they don't want to guest star onto the show, we'll definitely do a reaction to their story, like we did with.
The thing is when this girl sent us this recording, that was our true reaction. We did have to edit that video because there were certain things that were said in that. Not because it was inappropriate. Nothing was inappropriate about that. It was just how it was said, where we lost our shit.
It would have been taken wrong, yeah.
It would have been taken super wrong. We tried our absolute best to keep our calm and our cool. Like it took us, about 40 minutes to even do this video. I've restarted and recorded this video about 30 times just so Andrew can get the first part done. And a lot of people don't understand. Once somebody presses record and you say dance monkey, you're clueless. You don't know what to do. It's like I've done this before. What am I supposed
What's
to
the
do?
next thing? What's the next thing? That's
And then the funny part is we finally got it. Then he's like, well, what do we do now?
Yeah.
So 30 videos later, 30 recordings later, we are. We're fucking finally here.
We're here. So, we'll wrap up this session. This will be the introduction to season 2. If you guys are on Spotify, Apple Podcast, any of them podcasting platforms, I do encourage you guys to rate, share, follow the podcast. If you are on YouTube, you have a lot more options.
We are
sharing,
officially
liking, commenting
on all the podcast episodes are all finally on YouTube, guys.
Oh yeah,
all the episodes.
That is what. Yeah, because we was only posting some of the video content of some video of we were only posting some of the podcasts on the YouTube. They are officially now all on YouTube, video or not. But if you are on YouTube, like I was saying, like, comment, share, subscribe, leave us feedback, leave us comments. If you have your own story, you can email us at you can email us at the 13th podcast show.
Yep.
At gmail.com.
Yep. Or message
like
us on Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram. Yeah, we're
and or TikTok.
We're pretty open. TikTok. Yeah, I don't know
really,
how much you can put on TikTok, but
we don't really mess with Facebook no more. Facebook is a waste of space. If you guys,
it's a cesspool. I mean, we're good.
We're not.
If
we
you
don't,
do see us on Facebook, you can message us.
Yeah, you can see us.
I'm
on
on
Facebook. Yeah, I'm on it. So, but if you guys want to directly get a hold of us, email us at the 13th podcast show
Email.
at gmail.com or message us on Instagram directly. And one of us will get a hold of you. 9 times out of 10, it's probably going to be me.
Yeah,
But
so
we don't have no third parties or anything. It's literally just us.
yeah, we don't have agents or nothing. We're not that big, guys. No. Come on. My wife says the same thing. Anyway, like I said, all our links, if you guys want to help us out with our other platforms, with our other tasks that we're doing right now, you can go to our link trees in the bio description. And this has been an awesome introduction, I believe, and it's nice to talk to you guys again.
Yeah, been great. It's been awesome. But with that being said, guys, stay tuned to all these spooky episodes that are going to be coming out. Again, they're not going to be as fully scheduled. We'll be probably once a week, once every other week and stuff. But we will do our best to give you guys the best content that we can give you on the 13th podcast. But with that being said, my name's Arthur, and that's
I'm Andrew, man.
And again, guys, we're the 13th podcast.